Chancellor Keon, welcome to Purdue Calumet. What was it about this university that motivated you to want to become its chancellor?
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me here today. And let me tell you that there were many things that drove my interest toward Purdue Calumet. However, probably the thing that's closest to my heart was that I was a first-generation college student. No one else in my family got even a bachelor's degree, and that would be extended family as well, including cousins. So knowing what the faculty need to do in an institution like this, knowing who the students are and the needs of the students, and what can be accomplished when an individual whose first generation gets an opportunity, the sky's the limit. And so it's just really exciting to be here.
You have come to Purdue Calumet after having served for 14 years as Dean of the College of Business Administration at the University of Central Florida. How will your experience and accomplishments there prove beneficial to you here at Purdue Calumet?
Well, let me say that being a dean of business is a little bit different than some of the other academic deans. Deans of business are expected to be out in the community, working with businesses, ensuring that there are opportunities for students to do internships, ensuring that the students have jobs and people coming to campus to interview them. As well as an expectation on the part of business deans to raise money. I spent a great deal of time as a business dean working with the community, raising money, and building partnerships. So the job was very external, unlike some other deans. And I think that is one of the things that I bring that I think will be an important factor for the university and for me as we move forward.
With respect to all you have achieved throughout your career in education, what makes your new role as Chancellor of Purdue Calumet a good fit for you?
One of the things that makes Purdue Calumet a particularly good fit for me is twofold. One is my love for teaching. When I spent more time in the classroom, I won teaching awards. I enjoyed being with the students. I enjoyed developing the students beyond the classroom. That piece is extraordinarily important to me. The second piece has more to do with my philosophy of education. I am an individual that thinks that knowledge is wonderful. However, knowledge that's applied is excellent. And the sense for Purdue of making sure that the students not only learn information that's in the book, but also learn how to apply that information and be out in the community applying that information to the real world is a second piece of what I think comes with me in that love for Purdue Calumet.
In the short time you've been here, what has impressed you about Purdue Calumet?
I think that the thing that has impressed me the most is everybody's interest in the students and their interest in student success. I think that today everybody is concerned that if you're going to pay tuition to come to an institution, that you actually learn something, you complete a degree, and you find a job. And so the fact that people are really interested in student success and student quality and the education of the student has really been impressive to me.
In some of your earlier remarks, you have referred to Purdue Calumet as hometown university. Please explain what you mean by that.
Well, my concept of a hometown university is a university that's working with its community, a relationship that is meaningful and valuable. It's a relationship that requires lots of partnerships, lots of give and take on the side of the community and the side of the university. It's also an opportunity for us as an institution to, number one, be the place for education in Northwest Indiana, the place for cultural activity. I think it's important that a university provide cultural activity to the residents of the community. I think we're on a great road to developing strong athletics and more varied athletics. I think that it would be nice if every time you went into a restaurant you could see a peregrine there and people excited about the possibilities of what our athletics can do. And then finally, as a fourth point, I think a university should be a center for economic vitality and activity. A university shouldn't be just providing education. A university should be a spark for entrepreneurship, for innovation, and for implementation of ideas into markets, so that not only are we growing students, but maybe we can actually help grow jobs for students because of the activities we're involved with.
Chancellor, what is your vision for Purdue Calumet?
Well, my vision is to extend the level of quality that I've seen in the institution. For me, the strongest and most significant thing that we can provide is a quality education. And when I say a quality education, again, I'm not referring to just what students learn in books. We want to be here so that students who for one reason or another may not be able to live in the center of the state or the south side of the state, but need to and should live in the Hammond area to get their education started, I want them to know that they will get as good a quality undergraduate education and possibly onto a master's degree education as they would if they were to travel further. I would like them to stay at home at their hometown university.
Chancellor Keon, what do you hope will distinguish Purdue Calumet under your leadership?
I hope that we will see Purdue Calumet bring to the community opportunities for students who may be of may have a stronger interest in college, but can't go for one reason or another. I know this is similar to what I had mentioned previously in the interview, but the fact that there are people who are viable college students who end up being torn away for some personal reasons, or more importantly, often financial reasons, they might find us as their place for success. And I see that as, one of the driving inspirations for me to make Calumet that place for success.
Chancellor Keon, in recent years, Purdue Calumet has made a strong commitment to offering a Purdue education that integrates traditional and applied learning through internships, experiential learning, undergraduate research, and more. Will that hands-on approach to learning continue to be emphasized under your leadership?
I think that philosophy, I am a true believer in Dewey. And you may know that Dewey felt like the only way you can be learning is by doing. I think that we need to take the best of all worlds that are available to us. We need to teach students, provide them with data, provide them with skills so that they can resource themselves in the future, so that they can continue to learn and make learning an ongoing process in life. But that's not enough. They also need to learn about how to do something with that data that they've been able to find. And so I strongly will support the experience for life here at Purdue Calumet.
Chancellor, if student success is the cornerstone of an effective education, briefly share your thoughts on how Purdue Calumet should and will enable student success.
Well, many of our students who come to us may not have a family environment that has enough information about how to be successful. And one of the things that I think is a valuable platform for our students is for us to be assured that we're teaching them about life skills as well as having them apply the information they have. And oftentimes life skills, if they cannot be taught at home because possibly they come from a home where people were not in executive positions, but they would like to grow into an executive position. They sometimes need to be provided with information about life skills that may have to do with how do you dress for success, how do you develop networks. You know, why are networks so important? Why is it important that you not only go out and get an internship, but while you have that internship, you develop relationships with the people you're working with and working for, so that as time goes on, if you need those people or if you want to partner with those people, you know them, you've built the platform for that, and hopefully we were the ones to tell you that you needed to do that.
As a regional university within the world-respected Purdue system, what do you see as the next step for Purdue Calumet?
I think the next step for Purdue Calumet is to let people know more about us. I think in some ways we're hidden between exits 2 and 3 on I-80. And it's time for us to break out of our shell and let people know we're here. We need to open the window and scream, Indiana, Purdue Calumet is here, come and see us.
What are your priorities for the 2011-12 academic year?
During the 2011 and 2012 academic year, there will still be kind of an ongoing opportunity for me to learn more about specific operations on the campus. I would, however, like to start in motion some activities to get faculty and administrators a bit more involved with the reestablishment and redevelopment of the next 5-year strategic plan. That next 5-year strategic plan should be the pathway that we will be following as we move forward. And we're right at the right time to begin that process. We should be able to take a full year to make sure that we are moving appropriately and getting the full integration of information from students, faculty, staff, administrators, so that all the people of Purdue Calumet can feel as if they're part of where we're going as we move forward.
Finally, Chancellor Keon, tell us about your family.
Yes, well, I'm very pleased to be here with my wonderful wife, Nancy. She has been truly wonderful in helping with this career move. As you may know, she was a professional herself and is going to dedicate her time to Purdue Calumet as opposed to her own profession. So for her to give up so much for me and for Purdue Calumet, I think is wonderful. I have a son who would love to be a filmmaker, and frankly, he frequently videotapes me. So I get a little bit of experience with that from time to time.
Thank you, Chancellor Keon.
Thank you.